Lego. All right, so that way I'll be able to figure out where I let go of the TM.
Yeah, sounds good, man.
Should sync.
I mean,
All right. Anyway, this is where we're gonna search shit. If we search it,
search what?
I don't know anything. Like, okay, so I was gonna say, right? We were talking about the Teen Titans.
Okay. Really, we're gonna start off with fucking
Hey man,
Raven. We're 21 years old, man. I mean, I think that's.
was it spelled that way? No, it was 2 R's, wasn't it? Yeah. Tara was cute, bruh. What are you talking about?
I'm not saying she wasn't cute, man.
All right.
But I mean, her eyes are kind of weird. Like, let's face some facts. Her eyes are kind of weird.
Do you have a problem?
Yes, obviously I do. That's
I mean,
why I'm
okay.
saying her eyes are weird.
Dude, I'm a fan of like heavy.
I know you like the. Okay, her hair is nice.
Her hair's
Yeah,
great.
her hair is great.
All right.
10 out of 10.
No, the thing. Okay. So,
Also more into I'm into brunettes.
Fuck it.
Blondes are
There we go. Sure. Yeah. No, I'm with you there. I actually like brunette more. So I like black hair.
Yeah.
But if there's a good
True.
blonde, like
Yeah.
if we're gonna be fair, I
Here's-
thought the girl, woman who was in Captain Marvel, I forget her name, the actor.
Yeah.
Actress.
Oh God.
She
Brie,
was
Brie Larson.
Oh yeah,
Brie Larson.
Yep.
Yeah. No, she's pretty.
She's got to that length. I like that.
Yeah.
And the curls too.
No,
Like,
she's
that's
really pretty.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah. She was in. Ever seen Room?
Oh no, I haven't.
That's really good.
Is it?
She's really good in that.
I believe it.
Yeah.
it.
It's
She was a little emotionless in this film.
really.
A little bit, but because it was such a cookie cutter sort of, hey, you're a capable person. Stand up when you've been pushed back,
Yeah.
or when you're on the
Yeah.
ground, get back up. And I'm like, all right, yep, that's a good message. I'm sure it's good to deliver. Yep.
Innovative from
Very
Marvel.
new.
Yep.
hmm But okay, moving on from Teen Titans, we were talking about not teen necessarily, but we were all like preteens maybe. When we had like cartoon crushes.
12, 13.
Mm-hmm.
You ever watch Totally Spies?
Motherfucker, I was about to search that.
Oh, no shit.
Okay, which one?
Here's okay.
Which one?
I'm already gonna confess something. All right.
Okay.
When I watched Totally Spies, and I watched with like my best friend at that time, who's a girl.
Oh, Maddie. Yeah.
I watched it with her because it was our favorite show. I was at like an age where I didn't even find women attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wasn't like, oh, these girls are hot. I was like, oh, it's like a really cool show. Like it's fun, like spy chick girls. And then like when I rewatched it back over like a couple years later, I'm like, damn, like what happened? Like the show's way more interesting now. Like,
dude, I watch it for the plot,
right.
So no, it's great. It was a good show for what it's worth.
No, it was a good show. I don't know though. Like looking back,
Okay, maybe not this image.
I'd say like the redhead's probably the most. I find the redhead the most attractive, but I hate the green jumpsuit's kind of killing it for me. I'm gonna be honest.
So if you had to choose a color, then which is
Color isn't
like
jumpsuit.
color of the jumpsuit? Which one's the best? Because I feel they were
definitely not red.
They were all color.
I'd probably still go green.
Yeah, green.
What's
Mine?
Yeah, it was yours.
I like Alex.
It was Alex too.
Black hair. No, different one. The yellow.
Oh yeah, Alex. Sorry, that's who I meant. Sorry, not.
Sam's cute too, though.
Yeah. So I got a question for you.
Go for it.
And this is like highly speculative and kind of honestly could be very offensive to people. But I'm just going to throw it out there, and I'm probably sound like a complete idiot.
You might.
But I just have this theory that like it's something to do with these blonde girls, okay?
Okay.
Because you have like these really attractive blonde women, okay?
Right.
And I think where we grow up, like blonde hair and like if you're like a good looking blonde woman, that's like the top of the top, right? Like you're like all the girls think you're like super cute. I think most guys are into blondes, right?
That's probably true here at least.
So it's like I feel like if you're like young and attractive growing up, you're young, like nice blonde hair. You get this sort of like almost like a god complex where like you think that like you're like like you think that you're just like the shit, right? You think like you're super attractive, and then like they go kind of crazy. Like they're like it's that trope of like really good looking women are like kind of psychotic.
Right.
If you're like,
Well,
you know, like okay,
because a lot of the time what
well,
they have is sort of superficial with people.
right. Look up like the triangle of like woman or whatever. That's not what it's called, but it's like it's like pick 2 things out of 3 in a woman. It's good looks, it's intelligence,
Okay, this is not.
or
Some stock footage. We'll just look through that.
wait, go back. Is that the meme?
It looks
That
like
dude.
the modern man.
Oh,
is
my
that
God.
not? Dude, it is.
No, that's definitely.
Hold on. Yeah.
Dude, that's definitely the guy where he looks back. He's like, ooh.
Oh shit.
No, and that's his girlfriend who was mad because she was looking
Yeah.
at. Wait, no. Is the girl in the red dress the one he's looking at?
Oh, I can't remember. No, I think they're together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meme.
Fuck, how do I search
Mad
this
girlfriend
up?
like walking meme. I don't know. Just do meme. Put meme in there. No.
All right. Mad girlfriend meme.
The guy looks at like woman. You know, like. Guy looks at another woman meme. Other chicken.
Oh,
yeah,
there
there
it
it
is.
is. There
Alright.
it is. You're
Okay,
welcome.
okay.
You're welcome
I
for my
appreciate you, yeah.
verbiage.
Dude.
The guy is definitely this.
That's a
different shirt though. Well,
It looks
no,
like
it's
the same
not.
guy, dude.
It's not.
Are you sure?
No, look at it's not the same
It's
guy.
not. Are you sure?
I don't think so. They have like the exact same hairstyle.
I can't reverse image this. It's not fucking Chrome. Damn it. Whatever.
Anyways, so like you I think, and this probably is true to most like really looking women and guys probably too.
I love that.
But-
I like how some people can claim that. What if this is just a mannequin?
relationship?
Yeah, this is just a mannequin right there.
Yeah,
He's just hugging.
he's
That's just
he's
some
hiding,
horse hair,
you know,
dude.
Yeah, he's just a fraud.
Do women like to be ignored?
I'm gonna guess no, because no one likes to be ignored.
Oh, dude, these butts.
Okay.
Why are
Let me
Why are we here? Yeah.
let me flesh this idea out. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
So like, they get this complex, right,
Mhm.
where it's like. That doesn't even make sense.
I swear.
We were on the pick 3 things, right? So it was like sanity, intelligence, or looks. You can only pick 2. So like the really good looking like blonde chicks who are smart, like I have a couple of them in my like computer science class.
They exist, yeah.
They exist, and I'm just like, you're probably psychotic, right? Because like they have everything,
Yeah.
and it gets to their heads, and it's
Well,
it's kind of game over,
what
right?
they have with people is a little superficial, I would say, because, you know, if you're handed everything from the beginning, you're going to not develop these strong connections with people, and then you're used to getting, because of the way society's structured, at least here in a Western environment, in the United States, we tend to treat people who are more attractive better.
Yeah.
And so if you grow up like that, you know, in an environment that supports that type of culture, you're going to be treated better by default if you are already attractive.
Right, and you think you have more value
Over other people
If
because of
you think your value derives from your physical beauty,
Right.
then if you're more attractive, you think you're more valuable than other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you're maybe condescending, right? Or, you know, whatever. It's just, I guess I'm really just trying to explain why I think hot blonde chicks are kind of psychotic. I see this is my crazy rationale for this. Like I just like whenever I see like a really good looking smart hot blonde girl, I'm like she's probably psychotic. Okay, awful haircut.
You mean this?
Yes.
Hold on.
I mean, okay, she's not super like she's not ridiculously attractive, but like doesn't matter. Like that haircut on anybody, it ain't gonna work.
It's like the I'm gonna talk to your manager.
Yes,
after
exactly.
We're done with
It's
this.
I'm gonna talk to your manager haircut. Okay.
That's too close. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's like the Asian.
Well, no, this is like the edgy Asian.
Actually,
Asian.
yeah. Actually, Jennifer Aniston over there don't like that haircut
Yeah,
either.
me neither.
I don't like it.
It's
too like it's almost too symmetrical.
Yeah.
How about like the flow?
Wait.
The flow.
No, I can't say.
Yeah,
I do, I'm
it's
sorry.
yeah, it's not a great look. How about like the psychotic like
This could work in some cases.
she's gotta be just a bomb. She's gotta be like,
Okay, like this is like the antagonist in a spy.
yes,
film, you
right.
know?
She's
she's
the
the bad girl.
Oh, Mr. Bond, I'm gonna seduce you.
Stop. You'll see what I mean when you come back. Like, She can pull this hair off. It's actually pretty cool.
Where your glasses?
That one right there.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, are they not in there?
I got a mug.
Oh, you can put that down. They should be in the washing machine then. You might wanna.
You run it?
It's been sitting there a bit long. I'll be right back.
Oh my god. Nick, there's one mug in here.
Wait, where the fuck did my glasses go? Wait a second. You might want to wash
I don't
those
care,
over.
dude.
No, you should.
No,
you should. You should. No, you should. Fuck you, dude.
I'm thirsty.
Don't do this. I don't know how long it's been sitting
I don't
there.
care, Nate. I literally don't care. If you
Drink
wash.
it out of a mug then. Oh no. All right, it did get washed, but it's been sitting there for a long time.
I'm a sick fuck. I like a quick.
Oh my god.
You're just nervous looking at it.
I don't want you to die. I hope you grab the right milk too.
The organic?
Well, one of them's good.
Dude, what is you with the extra milk? What is your problem?
I'm gonna get rid of it at the end of the weekend.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh my god. March 8th, no. Wait.
It's the 12th. You might want to smell your milk.
This is the 29th. Okay, so I got the bad milk. I got the rotten organic milk.
You might want to smell
So this is four days?
You might want to smell it just to be safe. It should be okay. 4 days isn't that bad.
It's fine.
Okay, thank God.
Wow. So I have expired milk in a dirty glass. Lovely. Lovely place.
All right. Well, we're going this way. Vanessa Kirby.
Where are you going?
She looks so good in this.
That's Vanessa Kirby?
Yeah. She's blonde,
Wow,
but
she
she's
really
not
yeah.
It's impressive. Because she looks... Well, you should see her in motion in this show. The Frankenstein Chronicles, by the way, if I can gush about it, it's a really well-written show. And I'm sad that there's only 2 seasons. They're all about, 3 episodes long, but they're, hours.
Is it Sam Bean?
Sean Bean.
Sean Bean.
Wait, is it? I think so.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's...
I'm pretty sure. I don't know why I'd say... Yeah, Sean Bean.
Sean
Vanessa Kirby. Richie Campbell played a good role in this. Tom Ward also played a good role in this. But, yeah, you gotta watch it.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. And the writing's superb because they really capture the old English style of speech. You doing all right there?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
The milk is delicious.
Okay,
I couldn't tell. If you said this was brand new milk in a sparkling glass, I'd say,
I'm glad to hear that.
I believe
because there was a time like a year and a half ago or so.
Let's not.
You nearly died. You had to spit
mean
that
where
out.
I did a spit take because I was drinking cottage cheese.
Yeah, you're right.
That's yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's what happened.
Vanessa Kirby is a attractive individual. She did really well in well, actually, I don't know if I really cared for her role in Mission Impossible 6. It was okay.
Yeah, she was in that. That's right. She was like
she was more minor.
She was the hot blonde chick.
She was the very hot blonde chick. She's like one of the blondes that can pull it off.
It's weird though. Vanessa Kirby's kind of weird because it's one of those women who I wouldn't say is traditionally attractive.
Right. She's like Wendy's attraction to Benedict Cumberbatch.
Right.
That type of thing.
Right.
I don't like her with short hair. Personal opinion.
No.
But with long hair, she can look really good.
It's almost
and
her.
Black hair is almost
she
even
almost
better
pulls
at
it off because of her personality. Like
That's
she seems very self-confident.
Yeah.
And very, just.
Yeah, I hear you. Now, I feel like a lot of people are subjective on haircuts.
Yeah. But it's it's a huge thing for women.
Yeah.
You gotta have good hair, man, and that facial hair included.
Well, I've heard mixed things. You have to keep it well. First off, don't let it become scruff.
Yeah, you got
the other thing.
Yeah. Well maintained.
Well maintained, but the other thing, good hygiene. Just wash yourself in general.
Well, that's
keep your skin clean. But the other thing I've heard is that women are iffy on. This is actually a very controversial topic on whether or not, if they were dating you, they might like it from a view, from afar.
Right.
But if they were dating you, would they enjoy facial hair? And a lot of them will say no.
Yeah.
Because they
it
don't
makes
like.
sense.
They don't like the feeling of brushing up against it. And I
Well,
understand this shit is barbed wire, so
Yeah. I mean,
like you can hear it on the mic if I just do that.
I mean, you can soften your beard. Right?
You don't want to.
There's products out there.
This necessarily. You know.
I love how it crops just to show the nipples.
Something more like this, that's inappropriate.
Yeah.
I mean, he pulls off the flow really well, but
right.
For
I don't know though. I just the big flowy haircuts. If you can pull them off, you can pull it off. But I just think for most guys, you just look like a fucking douche. Like, I mean, you can't
true.
like this and like. Well, obviously, yeah.
Look at that Adam's apple. Holy shit, it's like a third
Holy
ball.
fuck, dude. That guy's choking. Okay, yeah, but like so yeah, I mean that's like the shave.
There's like no fade, by the way. It just cuts.
Right. So shave sides, fade up, and you got like the long top. But like or like the hard. What is that? It's not a hard line.
Shit, I forget.
But yeah,
I've never had one, but I know what you mean.
Yeah,
that is very.
But it's just it's hard to pull off for a lot of guys.
What's up, Bruno?
Yeah, the big flow. I just think it's really, unless it looks really really good, you just look like a douche.
Yeah, I could see it. Like you have to have a distinct. This guy's, like this is sort of in between.
Yeah,
I'd say this is fine.
Yeah,
honestly, I fall more towards that than.
Yeah, definitely.
But, you have to find like a balance between the two. I feel this one's nice. I like his beard. Like as a man to man,
Right.
Like I like his beard.
Yeah,
that's
nice.
good. Yeah.
But no, facial hair, woman. I think most prefer.
Notice how most of these guys are black haired. Wow.
Well, most of them are black and white for.
That's true. You're right. They're like brunette, black and. Yeah, black and white. Maybe sepia.
Do you think? Okay, question I've never even thought about to now. Do you think girls are into like blondes
as guys?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think that's
shit.
a thing. I've never heard that.
I don't really know.
I don't think so.
That's something I couldn't speak to that because the majority of people I know are not blonde, and there are a couple that can pull it off, and redheads especially as another color. Women
for women or men?
For women looking at redhead men, there are, in my opinion, it's difficult for a male to pull off red hair.
Yeah, well,
because of the natural
either
way.
sex. To be honest,
either sex. This is true.
Either like you're killing it, or it's
there's like a two-way street.
It's rough. Yeah.
There's either this way or the long road.
Yeah.
So you can have the. It's just it really depends on who you are.
I mean, okay, it's like you're either an attractive Irish person or you're an unattractive Irish person.
Well, the thing is, I have the genes for red hair.
Okay, but you
scary though because I grow some here, and I'm like my kids might be red haired. My brother's red haired,
take that
and like he's still growing up. He's got growing pains and shit, to get through. But he's a fine man. I don't know.
That's great. I'm glad.
From the male perspective, I don't know if I'd call him my type, but he's not a bad looking guy.
Right.
But there are definitely those, and I could name a couple, but I won't.
Rating siblings.
We know. No, not siblings. All right. No, there are some people. Oh, yeah. Anyway, back to the male haircuts. So I wanted to propose another tangent. Have you ever found somebody who looks very similar to you? Either, like.
Oh, hold that thought, because this guy's chin.
Yeah, I noticed.
Bruh.
He's got quite the chin.
The dimpled chin.
Damn.
I mean, there's dimpled chins, then there's
He's wearing,
He's wearing a turtleneck just to accentuate his great jawline.
Well, otherwise that Adam's apple would just bulge out. We couldn't stop looking. Fantastic sounds. Okay. Anyway, tangentially, is there somebody, like a celebrity you look like, that you think you look like? I could name a couple for me.
Not really. I mean, no.
Just, come on. John Pilgrim. Pilgrim. He's called Pilgrim.
Okay.
So basically, hey, Pilgrim, that sort of shit. Hey, Pilgrim.
Oh,
but anyway, he's a religious guy. He's basically got an accent, and he goes like, and I thought you should know that.
Oh God, it's super dramatic.
Well, no, it sounds cheesy like that. It's like
right.
It's
well,
like
that's
mafia.
Why it's cheesy.
Yeah. And he's like, and he's getting his head sucked. I'm not joking. There's a scene.
It's just like spewing out of his mouth.
It's
like,
during this part. Yeah. I'm not joking. No, I'm not making a joke. He's getting head, and he's like, and God forsake me. It's so dumb.
Well, I love how the director's like, you know what to really, develop this character, really flesh him out. Let's, get some head. The actor's just like, yeah, dude, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
that's
bring her in. Oh no, bring her in. Bring him in. Either or. Some shit. Massive solar storm. What's up?
That's not news, Nate.
Oh yeah, let's go back to looking at head. All right. I mean, no, it's pretty cool. Have you seen that clip of the There's a clip on Reddit, at least that's where I found it, of a solar flare going off, and it explodes across the surface. It's absolutely massive, much larger than the Earth, many times over, and it becomes so mind-boggling to think that that's even a possibility in our, we know nukes as like the greatest man-made destructive capability, or weapon, and then we compare that to just a solar flare, which is many times more powerful than just one of the largest, like the Star Bomba. Nothing compares to, like, I mean, there's a storm on Jupiter, right?
Yeah.
The big giant, the red giant.
Yeah, the
red giant.
Okay.
What is it? Yeah, well, whatever.
Is it? Is it red giant? I thought it was
big red giant. I don't know what it's called.
I thought it was storm. Giant red spot.
Giant red spot.
Red
we were
spot.
close enough. The giant red.
I was on it, man.
Hey, I was too. I said big red spot.
No, you
Synonym.
didn't. You never said spot.
I didn't say spot. I said big red storm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, synonym of big is great.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. All right. This thing is
Tomato,
actually
tomato.
shrinking.
Is it?
Yes, it is. It has been for years. This is an inaccurate model, I think, because it's actually about 4 Earths across. One little storm on this massive planet is 4 Earths across.
A huge storm on a gargantuan. A gargantuan.
It's a massive. Well, yeah, but get this. If we were to zoom out on Earth, right?
Yeah.
You can see a hurricane, and then comparatively, this would be about the size of a hurricane.
Yeah.
On Jupiter, though.
Yeah.
This quote unquote hurricane is 4 Earths across.
Yeah.
That's bigger than anything we've ever known.
Yeah.
And then if that doesn't get the scale of the universe across to you, you have to look at something like Betelgeuse, which is the largest known, well, one of, if not the largest known star.
Dude, no, the scale of the universe is...
It's too much.
It's literally, like, incomprehensible.
Right.
Like, you look at, like...
Have you ever seen the bottom of Jupiter? That's what that looks like.
Really?
Yeah.
I've actually never seen that before.
Yeah, very cool.
That's really cool.
Anyway, back
but, like, even in, like, basic astronomy class, like, okay, we're in a galaxy, a solar system is in a galaxy... There's X amount of solar systems in our galaxy, and there's X amount of galaxies in our universe, right?
That we know of, yeah.
That we know, and there's billions of galaxies.
There's quite a few, if not billions.
Maybe like 100 million or whatever that we know of.
There's many, many, many.
And like, I mean, we're a small speck in our solar system, which is a small speck. You know what I mean? Like, you're just like, and then when you're like, and then I'm a small speck on that planet.
Yeah.
It's
and then if you extrapolate that, but go down, you realize that microscopic life continues to a very small... We even have arguments to this day about DNA-based viral... Or like RNA or DNA-based viral organisms are not really organisms. We take the HIV virus, for example, which has to have a host in order to replicate. But it's still sort of a form of life, in a way.
Right.
Can't maintain homeostasis, but still.
Is water bears the smallest? Is that what's considered the smallest?
No. Okay, so you're thinking of... the water bear, aka the what's his name? Oh, damn!
We'll
get to
man.
it.
Spell chemistry major.
Look, it's hold on, it's coming to me.
Bro, you're gonna drop out.
No, I'm not even a chem major. Get the fuck out. Get your facts straight. I'm a bio.
Fake news, man.
Water bear, aka I did a whole project on this tardigrade.
You did a whole project on it?
I did, and look, when you put me on the spot, it becomes difficult to think of things. Water bear, tardigrade, moss bear, those are all synonyms.
Moss
bear. Moss bear is one.
Never heard of it.
Moss piglet actually is one.
Moss piglet.
Anyway, there's scanning electron microscopes that you can use to create micrographs of these things, they actually are not the smallest, and there are actually smaller quote-unquote animals, as we would define them, that are multicellular. There are actually cellular organisms, unicellular one-celled organisms that are bigger than some animals that are multicellular. Fun fact. Technically, the biggest cell in existence, if we were going by the definition of what a cell is, the biggest cell in existence would be an ostrich egg. Fun fact. Because it has a nucleus, egg yolk, right?
Right.
And then an outer membrane. Yep. Yeah. And that's it. That's all you need.
I like that fun fact.
The smallest creature on the planet, that would be hard to define. There are some very
small... Well, it just depends on definition, right?
Yeah, there are some very small things. But we also notice... See, life is a very confusing thing because we mention fitness as being the key to... I don't know, to life, right? If you are able to confer to a specific environment and propagate your genetic material, you're doing well because you're not dying. You're not losing.
You've adapted.
Yeah, you've
overcome.
You've overcome whatever the... You're the Marines, right? Adapt, overcome, and above all else, whatever. So they are able to... Your genetic information is able to be passed down from, parent to progeny. And if you're able to do that, then you have succeeded in the game of life, so to speak. Yeah. That's all that you're here for.
Right.
Technically.
That is like the biological purpose. Meaning of life, right?
At least from how we perceive it on a biological level.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you can create your own meaning. That's fine. That's what we should all strive to do.
You could, honestly, dude, you could argue that even for a human being, that is their purpose.
Well, no, it is. It totally is. But the thing is...
Okay, yes.
There's some purposes.
Even past biologically, you could say that, like...
There's a strong feeling to protect your young.
Yes.
That is innate because it's biologically wired into you.
Right.
Everything that makes you who you are is hard-coded into you to some degree. There are learned things. Those become hardwired, and that's why they become easier later on in life. Like riding a bicycle, you have to make those connections mentally before it becomes secondhand nature. But nonetheless, everything you're exposed to crafts who you are as a person. Biologically, that's the root. You're making these neural pathways. And then to say that, loving your children is something like that is not true. That's already pre-wired because you're meant to take care of your young. Yeah. Because if they die, you risk part of yourself literally being killed.
Yeah. That's actually a really good point. But, I remember going over this a couple years ago in some class, but it was like how science had kind of, the view of like nature versus nurture, right? Where it's like, first it was very much nature, right? Like you're born with a specific set of genes and a set of traits, and that's who you are. And then, the field kind of shifted to nurture. It's like, oh, well, environment and like, social and cultural influences are super important, and that like has a greater impact on who you're going to be and what you're going to value growing up. And now it seems like very recently it's kind of shifting back over to the nature side, where we're like, like some gender studies, let's say, are being done, and it's like, wasn't there some study in like it was Sweden or something?
No clue.
Okay, well,
but keep going. Tell me the gist of it.
I thought it was pretty much Sweden performed. They went like super egalitarian, right? So like, like there's that stereotype where it's like, okay, men do math and sciences jobs, and say women are nurses and teachers or whatever, more liberal arts, and men are more other right brain, left brain stuff, right? Yeah. So Sweden's like, okay, well that's probably like our culture, right? About how
I see where you're
we
they were more forward with it being a cultural aspect, not a biological aspect necessarily.
Exactly. And so
there is some truth to what you're saying in that women as a biological standard are built to maintain the lives of their children through education and through basically, who are you with? There are, of course, weird dynamics where a male may be, because of a cultural dynamic, your mother is a doctor and she is working, on-call hours and won't be at home often. And your father stay at home or is maybe a teacher and is, around you more often.
Right.
In those cases, it's flip-flopped. But for the majority of times, you're with your mother. You learn from your mother more than. You develop more of a maternal connection earlier on in life. There are I don't know if it's true for you, but later on I became more paternally focused. Like my father and I became closer.
Yeah.
But earlier on, it's my mother.
No, definitely. That's actually, it's really an interesting conversation because, it's, who do you have a great relationship with? Like your mother or your father?
Of course I wouldn't want to say.
No, right. But I mean...
I do know
I think early on... I mean, you'd probably say obviously your mother.
Right. Stronger on, yeah.
And it probably varies by sex. You think a
daughter's
probably going to be closer to her mother, even when she grows older, right? Because she's maybe more in common.
Yep.
I mean, it obviously depends case by case.
Of course,
but for generalizing, men maybe more towards the father, but...
That's probably true.
But there's something about that. There is something special about that mother-child bond that isn't quite the same.
There's something
as a paternal
that
bond.
You don't grow out of. And that is, I feel like if you're raised in an environment where the mother is truthfully caring, right? There's none of this antisocialness or rejection of the child, which does happen in nature naturally. For example, if it's a runt.
Right.
And I guess to make a striking parallel, but also one that societally we wouldn't want to admit, is that if we have somebody who is suffering from a mental illness or
some sort of disability,
is born with a disability or develops something, or say they are into the opposite sex, or they make life choices that are not in alignment with what the parent deems appropriate.
Yeah, sure.
So all of those things will lead to rejection of a child at various ages. Of course, this is a temporal spectrum. But if your parent is not going to take care of you, you're not going to get that type of care that promotes I guess a healthy natural growth.
Yeah, some sort of development.
Yeah. And so back to the Swedish study.
Yeah. Okay. So just let me. So pretty much it was them just like, let's eliminate all cultural barriers from the STEM field. Women, you can do whatever you want. Like there's no. There's no stigma.
No limitations.
Right. And they did this, and it was like 10 years later, and the differences between men and like, let's say, I don't know if it was STEM, but let's just say it was STEM. The men in STEM and women in like traditional stereotypical female jobs had actually widened. There was a greater disparity than there was before, which was like,
really,
yeah, it was pretty insane. So it's kind of like that acknowledgement that yes, there are social and cultural hindrances, and they have obviously a huge influence on our life, but also there are fundamental differences between the sexes. Right. And sense. It's a fact, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, we should celebrate those differences, right? And like that's why. That's what's so great about it. I mean, can you imagine a world with no woman? Like, it would be... for me and you as two straight men. I mean, it'd be a fucking disaster. Like, it would suck. Like, I'm so thankful that like they're just different. It's the old stereotype of like we're completely different species, but it's a good thing. That variety.
Right, of course.
So,
sorry, I'm not able to.
It's not really that revolutionary of a thought, but
no, to take that in an interesting direction, you mentioned a world without women would be impossible to live in. Well, obviously, this is true. Yes. If a population were to lose all of its women, there would be no more kids, and that would be the end of humanity. But to some degree, if we had the science behind it,
I thought we already can.
Well,
can we artificially?
We can artificially
without sperm or egg. I thought I saw a headline.
No. You'd need a donor. You'd need somebody to raise it.
I thought
unless you could make an
look it up, man.
Okay,
look up.
All right. Artificial womb, something like that.
No, you do. Can you conceive without a sperm or an egg? I thought someone did it.
That would make no sense.
Orgasm.
Okay, hold on.
Here we go. This is where this conversation.
How to get pregnant without a man?
What are these checks? Is this like the safe search by? No, this isn't. I thought I saw a headline where it was like scientists.
Just putting sperm in. Hey, hold on, guys. All right, this is the only route. You need sperm and egg to combine in order to create a successful.
Now, can you artificially create a sperm or an egg? You should be able to, right?
Here's where it gets interesting. There are a couple of epigenetic limitations that actually will dictate whether or not you can create a fertile, long-living offspring from artificial means. So
they just don't live as long.
Well,
not as healthy.
For example, Dolly the sheep was the first clone. This is not Dolly the sheep, but Dolly the sheep was the first artificially cloned organism, that was mammalian and done by humans.
Done by humans?
Like artificial cloning. I mean, it's the first artificial cloning done by humans. Technically, plants can clone themselves. Technically,
that's what you mean. I'm like, who's cloning? Cows are out there cloning.
Yeah. Technically, plants can clone themselves.
Yeah.
And so
asexual, right?
Asexual reproduction, and same with
plankton, right?
Bacteria, plankton. Yeah. Technically, lots of things can.
Sure. It's a thing.
Certain jellyfish do it too.
Yeah.
But anyway,
cells, right? The cells just divide.
Yeah, they instead of doing meiosis, they do mitosis and asexually reproduce.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, you cannot, because of epigenetic limitations, and to explain what that means, epigenetics is above the genome. In other words, things that are not DNA based matter in how we go from parent to progeny.
Yeah.
You have to have, for example, with the case of the sheep, if you took a cell, right, and took a cell from mom, right, and it was an egg cell from mom, and then what you have to do in order to correctly clone something, this is tough. You have to take an egg cell from mom and then enucleate it, which means to take the nucleus out. And you do this through electrical means to pass the nucleus through the plasma membrane, and then you get rid of it. Now it's a cell with no nucleus. And then you need to take the nucleus of a cell from
the father?
Well, not from the father. No, but from the organism you want to clone. So you take an egg cell, an oocyte, from the mom that you're going to use as a surrogate.
Sure.
And then you enucleate that and then put in the chromosomal information of the other organism.
Which the nucleus contains.
Which the nucleus has, yes.
Okay.
And then you put that inside. And then you let that grow. And it will only work if you have, A, done that and enucleated it, and B, have a viable nucleus that contains all of the information and is not from... I can't remember if you can use a somatic line. I think you can. So if you can use a somatic line, then I guess what I'm saying doesn't really matter. But if it's only germline, then you can only use another egg cell nucleus.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. So maybe I'm all wrong with this, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to keep going.
But, you sound like you know what you're talking about, so
basically,
I'll give you a pass.
Yeah, all right. Well, others listening might not. But to sum it up, you cannot do artificial reproduction without some sort of egg cell at the very least.
Right. Okay.
Then you need something that's going to inseminate that, or cause duplication and trigger the formation of a zygote. See, what happens is when you have an oocyte, it is technically so you have diploids and then monoploids, So you have, when you're monoploid, you only have one set of chromosomes. And when you're diploid, you have both sets from your parents. You technically have two sets in total. You have one from your mom, one from your dad. They're inherited at random sometimes. There's, various things that happen. Like, is this boring you?
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, it's probably boring other people too. All right, I'll put it this way.
I'm interested, but, it's near that time of night where it's... I'm drinking a glass of milk,
He's about to fall asleep. It's a warm glass, yeah? No,
no, it's not.
I know it's not. I can see that. Okay. All right. Basically, we have 46 chromosomes in total. 23 come from your mom, 23 come from your dad, approximately, because sometimes shit can go wrong.
Sure.
You can get like trisomy or something of 21, and then you get like Down syndrome.
Yeah.
But anyway, ideally that's what you have. So in order to have a successful working mammal, you need a sperm and an egg.
Right.
Or at least genetic information from mom and dad to meet together and form a diploid organism from a single uniploid, monoploid, whatever organism.
Okay.
And otherwise, it won't work. That's what we've discovered. It will abort mid-term. You won't get anything.
Okay.
oogenesis and spermatogenesis have to occur. You make these two, they fuse together, you form a zygote, and then they start duplicating as a diploid, and you get an organism that forms. Interestingly enough, almost all organisms have the same basic formation earlier on. There are differences in how you'll form, like if you make a notochord or not. Which will define whether or not you're mammalian or not, or if you're like, well, everything looks like a fish early on. You know what I mean? Like, it looks like a tadpole. That's relatable at least. Like, it's interesting.
That's all chicken, life, right?
Yeah, a chicken fetus like early on in formation, chicken zygote early formation. A tadpole, a human, a chimpanzee,
they all look almost exactly alike.
Very similar until some weird defining factors start to emerge.
Well, it's X amount of.
That has to do with the number of chromosomes you have and which genes are being expressed and which are being repressed.
Right. Yeah.
So it comes down to that. But you can get some really cool stuff. The variety of species on this planet is a clear testament to just how effective DNA as a genetic material is. And hold on, I'm going to pause for... Damn, they're going fast.
It's a racy neighborhood around here.
I guess. Now we're working on railgun technology.
I
love this, but I also am scared.
You're also scared.
Dude, no doubt.
Isn't that just like what they pressurize it so much and then you just
it's not pressure.
It's not pressure.
They're utilizing electromagnetic propulsion systems.
Right.
So what they do is they have super coils that build up and create a lot of magnetic
so it's like
strain.
ECM kind of.
Yeah, and so it will send a projectile at
extreme
extreme speeds with little friction down a barrel.
It's pretty much just firing bullets at an insanely fast rate.
It's not just bullets.
We're
talking like projectile warheads, like the size of massive bricks, and they go through the whole. Basically, it would if you could create a technology to drive the railgun to find its target and hit it accurately.
A guided something. A guided railgun.
Only there's no like propellant, so it couldn't direct itself. You'd have to shoot it a straight line and go.
Okay.
But if you could do a guided railgun, correctly and shoot it at a plane or a boat,
one shot would take out anything.
That's it. You could even make it strong enough, hypothetically, that it could enter the upper atmosphere and take out maybe a satellite.
Yeah.
Something like that. But here's a collection of clips of...
I just have saved on my computer.
No, it's YouTube, man. But you see this thing? Boom. It just goes straight through metal plating like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's I mean, it's super cool and also kind of terrifying.
It's very terrifying because if you could build these into small tanks or something like that, it would just tear through.
They already have. Let's be honest.
Well, I'm about to get into this actually. Hold on.
Your lecture is about to begin.
Well, I can't really lecture much about it, but I had the opportunity a couple of years ago to tour the USS Ronald Reagan, which is a boat. It was actually stationed and docked in Japan when I was there. This is their YouTube channel.
Like how he saunters up.
Hey there.
I'm Jamal Adele.
Welcome.
Media department.
Welcome aboard. Yeah. No, I stood on this flight deck, in fact.
Okay, quick interruption. If you were to pick any branch of the military to go into, what would you pick?
Air Force.
Yeah, it's tough to argue with.
The reason is you're not necessarily assigned a plane. You can stay and run ground ops.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can
I would want to be... I mean, how cool would it be to be a pilot?
It would be very cool, but unfortunately, if you're colorblind
sick.
Like me, they take you out.
You're colorblind?
I am colorblind.
What?
Minorly, red-green.
Red-green. Is it a shift or you're missing the cone?
I have no fucking clue. Actually, I haven't had it officially tested.
Dude.
But if you take one of those colorblind tests, like the dot thing, I can't see those. I know that's red. I know, like, if I look at a tree, it's green. Like, that's green.
By context?
That's green over there.
Yeah.
No, I don't... It's not by context.
It's just a different shade.
It's genuinely different.
It's just a different shade.
Oh, no. It's a totally different color. But the thing is...
Wait, so the green I see and the green you see are completely different?
No, they're the same damn thing. Oh, I see what you mean now. Okay. I thought you meant, like, the red and the green were different shades. And I was like, no, that's not it.
No,
they're different
for
colors.
For me and you.
I couldn't say that would be the case for any color. technically any human could see.
Okay,
a
yes,
color
that's
differently.
true. I mean, everyone does.
We just
right?
agree.
No,
on
no one
shit.
agrees on colors, right?
Yeah, not really. Like that's a chartreuse. No, that's a fucking whatever. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, where are we looking at the
Yeah,
interior
Air
deck?
Force. No, the Air Force would be. I mean, I think Marines are the most badass personally, but I think Air Force is the fucking coolest.
Oh, by technology or
No,
technological
just like
standards?
like,
I would say so.
You're at a bar, right?
Hmm.
You have to pick a military that you're a part of to get
Right.
this girl's number.
God damn it.
Of course, you say the Coast Guard, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Or JRO.
We're terrible.
No. You say I'm a fucking I'm a fucking
Where's the
pilot,
photo
dude.
of- oh, there it is. No. Where's the statue of Reagan? Oh, they have the Ronald Reagan room. But actually, when you walk into this...
Where are you going with this? I thought they had like railguns on this or something.
Well, I actually talked to...
Do you talk to Jamal?
yeah, he wanted to, have me come aboard. And, no, I talked to a 4-star general about...
Really?
Yeah, this is...
Why were you?
This is separate, but he...
Why? How did that happen? Was he just on the
family friend?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, connections, right? Anyway, we talked to him.
Like,
My uncle's friend
okay,
works on.
you're not
military
like
base.
some secret
No.
son of a.
No.
Okay,
No, although my
it's all coming
probably
together.
this is all declassified. But my grandfather worked on a couple of. Okay, actually, some of this I shouldn't say. But my grandfather worked on a couple of things. Yeah. During. Anyway, so
We're back.
things like that. Anyway,
Yeah.
to talk about the railgun though, he sort of skimped around, but we were talking about it. I brought it up, and he alluded to the fact that
I could just.
you're-
I can just picture you're like like this guy's very serious. You're like, hey, so you got any you
not
got
what I
any
did.
railguns on board?
No,
He's
no,
like,
no.
no, we don't. Those aren't really. That's still
Those aren't
still
real.
prototyping. It's like, dude, where are your railguns, bro?
turn it down, bro.
It's like
Okay, no. So I talked to him about it, and basically, so some countries, just like with, nuclear weapons,
yeah.
the railgun is one of those things where you can't do anything about it if it's coming at you, aside from dodge. If you can,
You can't dodge that.
that's the problem, right? And so
You're just dead.
at that point, if you're flying your little MiG, through the sky,
Right.
your Russian MiG, and you're all of a sudden targeted accurately and from miles
Yeah.
away, and don't.
I mean, that's not unethical. It's just unfair.
It's not ethical. It's unfair, and that's the issue.
So they're just like, oh, they just cry about it. They're like, oh,
No,
this is unethical.
No, it's like we're gonna steal your technology now and make it for us, so that way we can both do it to each other. And now we're not gonna use it.
Okay, but how does? I don't see that point because.
Well, it's like nukes. Like if you
I
have
know-
them, you have them. Okay, we'll not use them on each other because otherwise.
Oh,
it's
okay.
unfair,
I see
right?
your opening. I thought you were saying that like, oh, I'm gonna fire on the MiG, and now I can suddenly build the railgun.
No,
Like,
no,
I mean,
not what I mean.
They've already done that.
Yeah,
right?
no. What's being done now to sort of circumvent the issue of loss of life when flying?
Drones.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So they're creating drone swarms that actually run off of AI technology that are able to accurately move together as one unit. So they have I believe they're able to like reassign the queen, if you will.
Yeah,
But there's a major unit that
Right.
flies with it, and then they can all divert and attack separate things. It's a lot like the movies, like,
Yeah.
where
Right.
in space battles
Skynet,
you see
you know.
you see, well, in space battles like Star Wars or something, they have the drones that come out and all attack
Right.
at once, and you're just like flying as the solo pilot trying to dodge everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot like that. So, railguns are pretty cool. Drones are pretty cool. Very scary stuff.
Science fiction is the new reality.
Talking about efficacy, though, the morality of utilizing drones as a bombing source is a hot topic, or at least has been in the past. It's a lot like, flying, looking at a video game, and you lose the moral
Right.
connection,
The personal factor, whatever you want to call it.
yeah,
Human
of
factor.
taking another life.
It's
now,
easier.
It's a blip on this radar to you, or a blip on your little FLIR camera. That's it. So
Yeah.
whether or not it's fair It's
Well, it
never
isn't.
fair to take a life, necessarily.
No.
I mean, you might argue in certain cases if it's yours or somebody else's and it's down to the wire. Or yours
No.
versus somebody else's to
It's-
protect your kid.
yeah.
Something like that.
Sure, self-defense is self-defense, I guess. But
Yeah.
Even then, even in self-defense, I mean, if you are able to not take a life, you shouldn't.
Well, right.
You know,
That's the
it
general
should be a
consensus.
last resort.
Hey, I sat on that same chair, lady.
hey, nice, good company.
This is from when? 2010.
Looks old.
She's 9 years older. They're all 9 years old. Yeah. I've been there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Look at you, you know.
Going places.
Yeah.
Seeing things.
Connoisseur of aircraft carriers. That's what I should call
Yeah. Where's my phone? I'll show you. I can't show the,
you. Yeah.
the screen.
It's
But...
kind of pointless for
Well, no, you holding your horses.
everybody.
Keep talking. Find something. Come on.
Well, I guess I have a nice personal story.
Go for it.
You know, everyone likes those.
Of course.
So the other day, my ex-girlfriend, you know very well. No, you don't. You don't know. her.
I've seen her like.
Yeah, you never even met
I've never
have
met her
you?
in person, but I've seen her like once.
Yeah. So she last, I think it was the last week I was here.
Oh yeah.
And
You've been here pretty frequently lately.
yeah. So I got a call from her. And she was like, yeah, I'm going to be in town this upcoming weekend. And do you want to get a drink? And I'm like, okay, I'll get a drink. I want to be, I still think of us as friends. Like, I don't think a lot of it. It's just a friendly drink. I don't want anything more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Except you get the point. So I'm like, okay, yeah, let's get a drink. But, let me know in advance, like if this is going to work for you, because I know you're going to be busy and I'm going to be busy potentially on Saturday. So just let me know. It's like, yeah, okay, I'll let you know in advance and we'll see if, go from there. I'm like, all right, cool.
Right.
So I don't hear anything until, I don't hear anything at all. And it's like Saturday at like 2 o'clock. And I'm like, okay, I haven't heard anything. And like, she should have said something by now. So I text her. I'm like, hey, did you are you in town? Is this going to work out at all?
Yeah.
And I don't hear
flaky here. Yeah.
And I don't hear anything again.
Right.
So I don't hear anything until noon on Sunday. So I get a text on Sunday. Oh, sorry, I completely forgot about our thing, and I'm really sorry about it. And I'm sorry about it. Right?
She's apologetic to some degree.
She's apologetic to some degree. I text back. I'm like, hey, listen, I'm kind of pissed because
kind of, yeah, just a bit,
I'm kind of pissed. And
I mean, I would be too.
yeah, no, of course. So she doesn't respond to that until last night, Monday night. She's like, hey, sorry you're mad. But I never agreed that this was gonna work.
Right.
And I said, okay, but you told me that you were gonna tell me whether this was gonna work or not, and you never said anything. And then I texted you to remind you about this. And she's like, oh yeah, I saw that. I'm like, so you forgot about that as well? She's like, yeah, I was really busy and I forgot about it. And I'm like, but you couldn't even tell me that this wasn't it's okay if you canceled that. I mean that hurts already a little bit. But not only do you cancel, you completely ignore the person. It's they aren't even worth the 2 seconds it takes to send a freaking text.
Yeah, right.
And then, yeah, so she was like...
Did you let her know all that?
Yeah, I said this to her.
Man, good.
And she was, kind of defending herself and this and that.
Trying to bounce her around.
Yeah,
sure.
And it was... I won't get into it because it is what it is. But it was very frustrating.
Dude.
It was very frustrating.
Yeah,
and it's just
that.
It's just, it's a respect thing. And even, her biggest thing was I just forgot twice or whatever. And I'm like, I'm like, one, I'm like, how? And then I'm like, two, even if you did actually completely forget, which is kind of mind blowing. If you forget about something that and she initiated the plans to begin with as well.
Yeah.
If you forget about it twice, it means you probably don't care that much, right? Because if you really cared about the plans you made, you wouldn't have forgotten, right?
You'd think.
Yeah, I mean, that's just.
I mean,
that's just how it works, right?
Right.
So like,
although, all right,
yeah. I mean, and there are honest mistakes, but the other thing is that she's done this before. You know what I mean? Just kind of flaked, and it's. I don't know. It's frustrating. It's a story of me just griping about my girl problems, but
dude,
you know, something to get off my chest.
Anytime to vent for that shit. Yeah, I know. No, sorry, I'm.
Some people are just not the best.
Yeah,
And you just gotta move on.
Trucking.
Keep on keeping on.
That's the
Keep on keeping on.
General mentality.
General mentality.
Hey, you know this.
Okay,
movie is
so
fucking,
I
look at this shit. This
that
is so
was
pretty,
that was my shitty story. What do you got?
This Ganymede, it's very pretty. In a weird way.
So we're back to artistic.
No, this is real. These are photos.
Well, not all of them.
Well, okay, not like this
Yeah.
necessarily, but these are all.
Holy shit! It's midnight.
Yeah, I know.
God damn.
I haven't seen all of these. I'm just checking them out. The images that come out of just space research in general, they're so cool.
No, it's awesome. Space is awesome, man. Honestly, dream job, astronaut that would explore like new planets.
God, I wish.
God, that'd be so sick.
Well, I'd love to just
pilot like a.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I mean, that'd be super cool.
For me, I think that flying a just a drone and having it successfully land on like one of these moons and just be able to get those photos first.
Yeah.
And just be like, well, I've been there, did that, sort of.
Right.
By proxy. It's pretty cool. Like, what the hell is Nereid? Nereid? Yeah. Look at that. What the fuck is this? This looks like a 3D model, but
yeah,
probably a topography map.
Okay. So I'm thinking, let's wrap up this little thing. Let's maybe one more tangent topic and then call it good.
That's fine by me. Ignoring Sailor Moon down there. I was going to show you this image. This is the escort badge for the USS Ronald Reagan.
Oh, damn. That's pretty fancy.
Yeah. And then there's Reagan.
There he is.
Yeah, in gold.
The legend himself.
There I am on top. Yeah. Well,
that's pretty cool,
I'm
actually.
taking the photo. There I am on top.
There you go. Your classic...
half face? Yeah.
Yeah. I was in...
What were you going to say?
I mean, yeah, I was saying pose. Your classic pose and face. Yeah.
Not smiling? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know me.
The very stern... I can never tell your expression.
I don't really have one.
It's like you're...
Yeah, well, unless I'm talking with you, then you can tell I'm like having a good time.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
No, like in your photos though. It's like,
yeah.
like, are you? It's like it's almost like you're smug. You're kind of
shit.
Like I know, like I don't, like it's honestly really hard to tell.
It was Christmas, by the way, so they had those.
Oh, nice.
They had those lit up. It's cute.
That's funny.
Yeah, isn't it?
Could you tell because you're colorblind though?
Yeah, no shit. I'm all right. Look, all right. If we're going into this, I'll show you the degree.
Oh man.
So like the majority of these, I cannot pull out numbers. This to me looks like an 8 or a 3.
Okay, so it just means you can't discern between like I don't.
Yeah, pretty.
What
much.
does it mean? Like
is
I don't.
This a 21 or
it's
74. 70 something? Yeah. 74. Okay, it looks like a 21 to me. But that's
that
because I can see that.
Well, that might
and
test.
I can see that.
Yeah. Okay, that makes so you can't see like the lighter green.
What? Not really. Well, I can see it, but I'd have to really focus. You know.
Sure.
That's the issue.
Can you see that one?
This one?
Yeah.
It looks like 29.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
That's obviously
some of these
12,
are actually
16.
really hard.
This one looks like an 8
like that
or
one.
3.
Like that one. You know that one. That one's hard.
Oof.
I don't think that one has anyone.
This one?
Yeah, that one does. You see that one?
I'm looking hard. Can you give me a hint?
No.
It looks like a 13 maybe, but it's definitely not. Maybe 40 something. I don't know.
It's a 2.
2? Where the fuck is there a 2? Hold on.
Yeah, dude.
Hold on. Let me see. Is it this right here? Or no?
Yeah, you're on it. You're on it.
Yeah.
And then go right.
I see it
yep,
now.
there it is.
I see it now.
All right.
But very barely. Like if this were just like a fucking light, like flashing for a second, I could not.
So it's all the same shade.
Yeah, something like that. That's a dog.
Yeah.
This is confusing.
I always like these tests.
What the fuck is this?
But they're always kind of hard to read.
What is that?
Yeah, they got
a 5.
They got a Kermit one. I don't think that's anything.
It's like a cursive 5 thing.
Sometimes you don't have any design.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like you're seeing something or not. Is that an 8 or 3?
It's an 8.
Yeah, 8.
Yeah.
20 something?
26.
26. Yeah, I can't see that right half really. Oh no, I can see it.
It's a little dark.
It's like right there.
Yeah, it's like darker shades.
Again 8. Box.
Yeah. There's a circle on the right too.
I don't see the circle.
Yeah.
Damn.
Harder to see. Some of these are harder
The
than others.
fuck is that?
I mean, it's hard.
Where is it?
It's hard to see.
Is it like here?
No, it's
Oh,
higher.
Higher.
Yeah.
Where?
Just click it in to zoom in.
Okay,
You
yeah.
can probably see it.
Debatable.
You should be able to. That one's.
Oh shit, this is tough. I'm not joking.
No, I believe you,
Is
dude.
it here?
Mm-mm.
Here? Where? Point to it.
Yeah, your cursor's on the very bottom.
Oh, is it like super small or?
No, it's big. It's the same size as the circle as
What
the square.
fuck? Wait.
So your cursor's on the bottom of it.
Oh, here.
Yeah, that's the very bottom.
And it goes like this.
Yep, it's a little higher though. Damn. So that's it.
This one's impossible.
This is like your kryptonite.
I literally can't see this one.
Oh, okay.
That one's okay. Well,
So
is this
it's-
the edge? Is this the edge right here?
Yep.
Okay, I can see the edge.
Okay.
I can't see the rest. Of
So it's really just the ability to discern between the red and the greens.
Well,
Some
only
reds.
in this bullshit type of test, dude. Only in that.
Okay.
I can see them like in nature. Like if
Right.
if I'm telling a green leaf versus a red leaf in fall.
Right, but
that's
if,
easy.
but if they're like right next to each other.
No, even then.
Oh.
Like a green and a red leaf is
So really,
pretty
it has
distinct.
no like practical consequences.
Really not. No, not yet.
Just so you can be labeled as a fucking colorblind.
It's
I'm disabled.
Hold on. Fuck.
Is it like a sensitive thing? No, so I'm being honest. Or is it like if like fuck the that's funny.
See, I can't see this, but I know what it says.
Yeah.
I've seen this meme.
Like, is it like? Because no one really make fun of you because you're colorblind.
Well,
right?
nobody knows really. Like,
Right,
when
but-
I tell people, they're like, "What?" Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, but like, even if you did tell someone,
This one's obvious.
do you think it'd be like something people make fun of you for? Because I don't really think
If they
it is.
knew? No.
Yeah.
I see
Honestly,
that.
I think it's like cool. Like usually, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool.
In a weird way, it's interesting.
Yeah.
People always ask, "Well, can you drive?" I'm like, "Yeah."
That's a dumbass question.
Can I tell the differences between the shades here? Yeah, there's one here, and there's
Yeah.
one there, and there's one there.
Yeah.
You know, it's fine. There's this. Okay, this is a thing of Zyrtec.
Right.
There's a red here, and that's green, that's blue.
Right.
You know, that's fine.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
nothing crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just when it's in a weird, like if I were asked to tell a difference between a pixel, you know, next to another really
Yeah.
differently colored.
So it
pixel.
doesn't. Yeah, it really matter.
No, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. So
But there's we were learning about different kinds of color blindness, I guess.
yeah,
Not the right term, but there's ones where you just don't see any color at all. It's like super, super rare.
yeah, I do not have that.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Honestly.
No. It's actually it's almost like 1 in 10, I think, men.
That's pretty common.
Yeah, it's super common.
hold
Who
on.
have the red green
the
shift.
thing about that's true. Actually,
But
it
it's
might be
mu-
more than that.
It's much more common in men.
The red green deal. Well, it's actually super common in men because it's X-linked. It's a sex-linked chromosome
Oh.
issue.
Wait, Y linked? You mean?
No, X as an X chromosome, sex-linked. So you inherit an X chromosome from your mother,
Right.
Right, and okay, as a male, as a human. First off,
You're XY.
you're XY as a male human. A female is XX.
Correct.
So if you're
Well, I'm XXY.
if you are, that's interesting.
Yeah.
'Cause
No, I think that's
an
actually.
it's an actual thing.
It is. No, I know. I learned about. Wow, what is that? Is that? That's like Turner syndrome, or something like that.
Maybe I'm not really.
It's
familiar.
like you're a.
You
you're-
express certain things. and
You're like a very masculine female. I'm pretty sure.
technically, I guess that could be true. The Y
Anyway,
chromosome
that's not here or there. But.
holds expression for male traits, but at the same time, that's interesting because the X chromosome in a female, one of them will turn off. Anyway, regardless, it doesn't matter. One of them turns off, actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's weird. But anyway.
Oh, actually, no, that makes. I shouldn't even say that makes sense because I don't even.
It doesn't matter. Okay, back to the main part. So the issue about color blindness is that it's on the X chromosome. So if your mother is a carrier, meaning
Right.
one of her X chromosomes has it, but she
So that
has
one-
a good X chromosome as a secondary,
Right.
she'll express the good one.
So it just gets turned off vast majority of the time for women, but the
Right.
males will inherit it no matter what.
That's correct. Because the male, well, not necessarily no matter what. The male will either get the good chromosome from mom or the bad
So it's
chromosome
a
from
50-50
mom.
chance.
So it's about 50-50, yeah.
Sure.
Assuming no like relocation.
But for women, it's like
For women,
1 in
you would
100.
need your mom and your dad to have it. And then you need to make a girl.
Right.
Because
So
the dad
it'd be-
will always pass that on because he has the X that has
Right.
it. So my kids, if I have kids, will have my X chromosome with that flaw. Meaning they'll
So if
have
the
color
female,
blindness.
but if the female doesn't have it, then they're not gonna have it.
Yes.
Or
if,
is it,
if they
or is
don't
it,
have
or
it,
it's
they'll
really
be a
rare.
carrier. If the female doesn't have it, they'll be a carrier.
But they won't have it. It'll be passive, right? Passive
Right. It'll be recessive. Well,
or recessive.
yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be
You're
a
right,
recessive trait. It won't pass on. So basically, if I have it, the female, whoever I have kids with, they'll donate one of their X's.
You're having kids, huh?
Yeah, you'll see 9 months from now, Griff. All right. I hope you're there.
No, you know.
Shotgun wedding, you know? Okay. No, so one of the kids will inherit an X from mom, and if my significant other did not have that, mutation, if she didn't have the colorblindness mutation, both of her X's are clean, quote unquote, then either one she gives, there will be no problem. If I were to have a kid with her and it were female, I would give my X chromosome. She would give her X chromosome. We'd have two X's. It's a female. The daughter will now be a carrier.
Yeah.
Because only one of those will be affected. If the mother happens to have a recessive trait, and I mate and have a child and accidentally give my X chromosome that has the issue and she gives her X chromosome that has the issue, then we could have a girl that has color blindness. But it's rare for a girl to have color blindness otherwise because they have two X's. And if they have a good X, then they won't have it.
Right. Okay.
So it just depends on who you're with, obviously, and who, it carries what. But yeah, it's more linked to men.
That'd be funny if you're dating this woman and all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm colorblind. You gotta be like, oh,
bye, bye, Felicia.
We're done.
Sorry.
I'm not. My kids will
I
not
can't
suffer.
see you anymore. Literally. Just wear red and green.
My children will not suffer the way I have. These damn colorblindness tests.
I can only see 70, not 79. Yes. It's because it looks like a 0, not a 9. I don't know, some shit like that. They'll never know the horrors I had to see with fuck the colorblind. That's probably good if they don't see that.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, that's the type of shit that I deal with. It's nothing crazy.
No.
Nothing
it's
major.
not.
I don't really care too much about it.
Oh, you can be blind, I mean,
This is true. And interesting concept. If you're born blind, you've never had the experience of seeing anything.
That's right.
And you
can ask them, right?
Yeah.
What color they've seen, and they'll be like describe
a color, describe a taste.
Describe
not a
your
taste,
vision,
but
right? And we think they would say black, right?
Yeah.
Like they'll describe
They've
the
never
color.
seen a black.
Right. They'll describe the color black to them, and then they'll be like, "No, that's not what it is. It's nothing."
It's just not there.
Yeah.
They don't have that.
There's no
sense
concept.
at all. Yeah. There's
like
no
you
concept.
cannot explain color to people.
It's like trying to, as a normal human being, say, "Oh yeah, just imagine, a color that you can't see."
Right. It's
right?
like
try and make
what?
a new one. You can't.
Yeah.
It's like
That's kind of wild.
It is. Supposedly, if we could see ultraviolet, we would see new colors. You would need to remove a certain UV slip out of your cornea.
Ooh.
And then
Worse,
I think
man.
it's around there, and then expose your eyes to it, but that causes major damage.
Yeah.
So because
you gotta figure though, down the line we'd make some sort of lens that could.
Well, we do. We have lenses on cameras that can sense UV, but they don't make new colors. They just translate it to what we can see, which is why, interestingly, honeybees, which see UV light, see things differently. But if we were to bring up a UV light sensor, we'll see maybe images.
We need more upgrades, man.
Something like, well, okay, maybe this isn't really doing me any good.
Whoa, dude, ultraviolet. It's just neon. Ultraviolet. It is cool though when you have that kind of like, I think they do call ultraviolet, that like purple, then like you wear like a white shirt or white socks and it just glows.
If you look at,
it's kind of cool.
There's a, hold on. There's a Reddit subreddit for this, I swear. UV filter photo subreddit. It's not that. Fuck. Okay. It doesn't matter. But basically, you can if you use a UV filter. I don't want to shop for one. If we use a UV filter, we can. we can check out trees and things in different light. This is what that looks
Damn.
like. Yeah. Very, very cool, actually.
Very cool.
This has been post-processed, but a lot of the
Yeah.
time it's like a pinkish, whitish color that we see with a UV filter.
Yeah, it looks like surreal. You ever seen the movie
Really cool.
Apocalypse
No.
with Natalie Portman?
No.
Oh,
Wait, who else?
shit. It's almost an all-female cast, but
I don't think I have. I'll spell the rest of the name. Apocalypse.
Yep.
Where? Annihilation?
yeah.
Oh, that's totally
Shit.
different.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I've seen
Dude,
Annihilation.
I'm so bad with the names.
Yeah. Going back to the beginning, right? And talking about cartoon crushes. Kim Possible and She.
Dude, I was really
Kim Possible
yes.
and She-Go, dude.
Kim Possible, dude. I was really gonna bring her up, but I forgot to. Yeah, dude. Kim Possible. That was a great show. I love Kim Possible.
Yeah,
Didn't
so that
they're doing a live action right now?
Was She-Go not hot, too?
Oh, dude.
Bro.
No, she goes a babe. That's literally like the.
Oh, my.
No, she goes a fucking